Devin joins us this morning on the Harbor One hotline. Devin, good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing? Long time, no talk.
Yeah, it's been a while. How were your holidays? Everything good?
They were good, man. You guys got a big vacation time, huh?
Well, they forced me to take it. I'm a do your job kind of guy. I'm a no days off kind of guy, Devin. But unfortunately, I had to take a couple weeks, recharge the batteries, as Chris Curtis likes to say. So, but we're ready to go. And I'm sure. Well, actually, I'm not sure. It's been a very interesting week when it comes to playing in the NFL. And is it difficult as a player to put, when you see what happened last week, or this week to put that aside when it comes to the risk and go out and play football on Sunday?
I wouldn't call it put it to the side. I just think you kind of just deal with it. I don't think anyone was able, watching that game Monday night to just be like, yeah, man, like I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go play right now. I think it's all just been a process of, I think first and foremost, just praying for Damar Hamlin's health and hoping and wishing that he is okay. And, I think it's been a big uplift throughout the whole NFL community, seeing his improvements. Obviously, huge in Buffalo, but I think across the whole league. But I think all the guys have just been trying to stick to their routine and, go about, what they can control each day of, preparing and going out there and playing. But, I think, I know for me personally, like you think about, playing this game, the risk, everything that we've been doing. You don't really think about that being an aspect of what we watched Monday night. So it was definitely scary watching that and sitting there at home. And I think a lot of players probably felt similar feelings. I wouldn't say it's just as easy as just like put it to the side and go on. You got to find a way to process, what you witnessed and what you saw.
When it comes to not resuming that game, do you feel like the NFL made the right decision?
Yeah, I don't know who made the decision, coaches, players, whatever, but I think it was obvious watching the game and seeing the players' faces that there was no way they could go from that to going out there and competing and hitting. Like I think a lot of people watching, I don't think anybody really wants to see any more football go on Monday night.
Devin, I know that Bill Belichick spoke for 10-plus minutes to media yesterday when it came to Damar and his situation. I know he gave credit to the coaching staff, to you, to Matthew Slater. Can you talk a little bit about what the conversations were like in the locker room between Bill and the players? Because I think we all see Bill as a very, cold, serious guy, but we've been told behind closed doors he has emotion.
Yeah, I would say for years I've heard him say over and over again the amount of respect he has for the guys in this locker room and guys across the league that decide to go and play football on Sundays. And I think, no matter what, everybody in this building, we're all human beings. So when we came in the next day, the conversations were probably like a lot of conversations people had at work or different places. Of just all over the place of, wondering, what was going to happen next, how Damar was doing, what was going to happen to our game. Like, it was just so many different conversations and things going on. And I think the best thing we just had so many different people in this building that you can talk to that had nothing to do with football. Our team clinician, we have other people on staff here that, have some type of medical background and mental wellness. So, I think that was one of the key parts of just being here and being in the building and having those resources at hand. But I would just say, your human side for every individual comes out. Like, I know a lot of people see us as gladiators and different things like that, but at the end of the day, we care about each person's well-being, not even the guys just on our team, just across the league. None of us ever want to see that when we go out and play a game.
Well, if you were on that Bills team, what would be the determining factor when it came to making the decision about playing this week?
If I'm being honest with you, I couldn't even tell you. I have, to try and put yourself in their shoes. Like, I have no idea what it was like being down on the field. I can just tell you from watching the TV and seeing some of their faces and their emotions, I couldn't fathom, making that decision. Like, I have no idea what my reaction would be, what my thought process just because, like, me watching that, it was just like, wow. Like, it was, to me, it was a crazy sight, a crazy scene to see, so I couldn't even answer that.
Devin, do you think, I mean, it's just speaking for myself, I definitely was watching that and sort of realized how much I take for granted this sport I love to watch and the danger that the people that participate in it place themselves. Are there any players that you've spoken to that this was sort of like a wake-up call as to the dangers and the perils of playing football in the NFL?
Yeah, I would say we know the dangers. I would just say it would be hard to go out there and play if you thought about, what we witnessed Monday night every time you stepped on the field. So there's no doubt about it. We definitely take that for granted. I would say there's a little bit of, for us as players, being, somewhat a little crazy, going out there and competing and playing, knowing some of those dangers because, I think in our minds we always think like, man, that just won't happen. So I think it was definitely eye-opening, for all of us as players to sit there and watch that and to just see, life and death now be a part of the game, I think it was very chilling to witness that. So, I would definitely say there's some type of wake-up call. I just don't know as a player, like what you do. It's hard to say, like, man, I'm going to do this now because that was such a routine play.
If there were a player, perhaps, that you knew, Devin, who was weighing the options of playing one more season or retiring after this season, maybe a player that you knew, would this tip the scale in either direction?
No, I don't think so. I think for all players, I think obviously you're talking about me, so I can answer, but for each individual, it'll be different. But no, not for me. I think, a lot of things will go into play. Obviously, you can't erase this from your mind. But, Monday night wasn't like, well, I know this is it, because I think that would be hard for me to go out there and play Sunday with that thought process. But I would say this, I think Monday night impacted every person that will put on the pads and continue to play, and even all the different former players that, are done playing. I think that impacted all of us.
All right, let me ask it this way. If that player who might be retiring had a twin brother who traveled all the way to potentially see his last game at Gillette Stadium, could we get any indication from that?
Well, no, because if that was the case, he should probably travel to Buffalo in case it's my last game overall, too. So, and he told me he's not going to Buffalo. So, I don't know. I wouldn't take it as that strong of an indication.
Devin, I know you have a young son. Will you stand in the way of him playing football when he gets older?
No, I got two little ones, and, I got a little girl, and my two older ones are in flag football right now. They're both competing in it. So, no, I wouldn't look at them and tell them about how great my life is and how big of a role football played in it, and then tell them that they couldn't. But I would definitely let them know, what they're getting into and try to teach them how to play the right way.
Devin, to Greg's point, it was interesting watching, your family and you spending some extra time on the field after the game, Jason being there. Is it difficult when you have games still left to play to balance preparing for that, but also knowing that there's kind of this big life decision looming kind of directly after?
You just try to stay in the moment. I think I've done what I wanted to do in football has far exceeded my own expectations. So I'm extremely content in what I've been able to do as a player. And I think that allows me to stay in the moment and enjoy all the different guys in the locker room this year, their stories, their journeys, the impact they've had on me, and also trying to be a leader and show them the different things that I've learned and then learn from my experiences. So I've enjoyed just being in this moment and enjoyed the process. And, I try to let the things that have to be decided when the time's right and not worry about that right now and just try to go out here and, win another football game.
Has this season been a more difficult season than any other, or are they all the same from your perspective?
Just football wise, yeah, I think so. I think, when we've gone 13-3, that didn't feel as hard of a season as now. But I would say every season has its difficulties, no matter what it is. But this has definitely been, one of the tougher seasons that I've had in my time in the NFL.
All right. Well, anything else that we need to talk about with Devin this morning?
Well, I think just getting ready for that environment on Sunday. Obviously, you knew going to Buffalo with Bills Mafia and everything like that before the Damar situation was going to be tough. But this added pressure, I guess, are you expecting that place is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen?
Yeah, I would say it's, from an emotional standpoint, we have no idea, what we're going to be walking into. I think we got to try to stay poised, stay in the moment, kind of control what we can control. But, I think from an emotional standpoint, the game is going to really be, it's going to be something else. And, there's no way can't turn on an old game and say, all right, it's going to be like this. We have no idea what we're going to be walking into. We got to just stick together and try to execute and stay in the moment and stay poised.
I'm in a no-win situation over here, Devin. You know what? These people are relentless, like the listeners. You know what they want me to ask about, and I just don't want to do it.
What?
They want me to ask
about the drop.
Yes, they want to get me in trouble. I don't understand why they want that.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I think for me, I've said this whole year for me has been a lot of fun of winning. Whatever stats come along with that, I'm cool, but I find a lot of satisfaction in watching guys like Doug go out there and make plays. Obviously, excuse my language, is a shitty play, but as long as it didn't come with a loss, I'm able to be good and have fun. So obviously I'm able to have fun because my brother went on TV and made fun of me right away the next day. So
yeah, he did. He's relentless, your brother.
Having a lot of fun. He's finding a way to make more money after football, so I can't knock it.
It was nice before the game, Devin. I'm sure you saw it. A little boy asking for your autograph to Jason, though. So I'm sure that was humbling for him.
I did see that.
By the way, we have a Ty Law swear jar around here, so that's $100 to the Greg Hill Foundation, the S-bomb that you dropped.
That Ty Law gives?
Yeah, Ty Law. He'll donate on your behalf, yep. Devin. All right.
I didn't know, so should I just keep going?
No, probably not. All right. Well, listen, it's been great having you on all season, and my sincere hope is that we're talking to you.
Oh, don't start that. Don't start that. We'll talk next week.
We will?
That's manifestation.
Yeah, we'll talk next week. There we go.
All right, we'll talk next week. All right, I feel good about that.
Yeah.
All right, go get him, Devin. Thanks for taking the time this morning, as always.
All right, guys.
All right.